Greetings. Happy Inauguration Day. Uh, President Trump is in office. Obama has left office. And Cash Jackson sentenced to 30 days. And I want to talk about that. I want to talk about what that means as far as the movement goes. I want to talk about what that means as far as some ramification to the cause. Look, what this judge in Lake County, Illinois has done, and you know what, I've also been told by a deputy to get a hold of Chief Justice Ortiz, Ortiz, in Lake County, and talk to this other judge and share our complaints with the judge. They had a deputy call me. I did call, and I told the administrator, I said, look, because of what you guys have done, you guys are subject to a RICO investigation. Well, whether I believe that or not, so she gets a hold of a deputy, and she has a deputy call me back, and they said that I had threatened the administrator of the court with a recon, some kind of recon thing. And I told the deputy, I said, no way. I said RICO investigation. And then the deputy said, well, we've got a lot of phone calls into our office, and he says, you need to tell everybody to back off. And I told the deputy, I said, I might be a voice in the choir, deputy, but and maybe I'm one of the loudest voices, but I can't control what everybody's going to do. These people are making these calls on their own fruition. And so I think it's incredibly, incredibly terrible to try to threaten me. I can't control what everybody's doing, deputy. I can't control what your clerk in there is thinking she's hearing. But that's all right. Anyway, so look, Cash Jackson, they're gonna try to move this case to a federal courthouse somehow. That's what I understand. Look, the word of the day is share his videos, share his message, share his march, and I think we could. Thank you. I think we can make an example out of this court. We can take what they've done and expose it for what it is. This isn't child support anymore. This is not child support. The ideology of child support is long since passed over. And I will say this. If I was a judicial officer, a senator, a congressman, I would be very afraid right now. I would be fucking quaking in my boots. It's clear to me, as a layperson, that the family law reform movement is here to fucking stay. I don't like to swear in my videos anymore, but I'm going to say that. If you like your job, if you value being an elected official, today, we got a new president. Today, America said, no fucking more. Now, if you value your job, you'll listen to the other side, the rest of America that's saying, no fucking more. You lost all respect. In my opinion, this judge lost all respect when he takes a man standing in uniform and incarcerates him for being broke. I have news for you. Being broke is not a crime. He lives less than 20 miles away from his children, and the mother in this case wants exorbitant fees for daycare and other things that can otherwise be afforded in the home in which he lives. And that home has nothing to do with being in Lake County Correctional Facility, or however it is that they call it. It's absolutely a travesty what's happened here. Hold on, I'm getting a... All right, Ronald Pierce comes in and says, I told the clerks this is a big deal. The judges involved committed treason and should be arrested. She just laughed. I did too. Yeah, you're absolutely right. This judge did commit nothing less than treason. This is a treasonous act. And should he be arrested? Absolutely, without doubt in my mind. Not one doubt in my mind that says he should not do. This judge should do prison time, at least 1 year, period, and be stripped of the bar. If you are going to twist the arm of the citizenry to the snapping point, which is where you have me and about 23 other million Americans, there is something wrong with your system. I'll say this. Child support had a purpose at one time. Child support should be dismantled. Any form of support enforcement should be completely dismantled from the top down. If you're receiving child support right now, I would cut your ass off. Steve Ball would cut you off of any dollar that you're receiving from child support. There's another way to collect those funds, and it's called a 50-50 parenting plan. I'm sorry. Very few cases belong in child support court. Very, very few. I would turn modern day support enforcement into a skeleton crew across the board. But let's move on. So we're going to use this case to expose the system. We're going to expose this judge. This judge thinks he can hide behind his black gown. Well, I got news for you, asshole. I got pins too, okay? I've served my country too, asshole. And if you think we as a people are just gonna sit here and let you do this to an individual who has served this country, and yes, Your Honor, he served you as well. You got another fucking thing coming. We're tired of it. If I was an elected official right now, I would be literally shaking in my boots. Oh my God, the masses are serious. You watch what happens at the next rally at Cash Jackson throws. You watch. Because rather than having 200 people, I presume there's going to be 20 or 30 or 40,000 people. You know what? I'm going to challenge every one of you guys. Let's make the inauguration day look like child's play. The next rally we have, let's rock the system. Tired of playing games. Tired of seeing children alienated. Tired of exorbitant child support fees. We need child support cap, if nothing else. I'm sorry, ladies. I'm sorry, gentlemen. If your ex is paying you more than $1,200 a month, that's plenty enough for 2 fucking kids. Because there's hundreds of working class American families that are getting by on just that much money. So take you and your child support and shove it up your ass. I want a cap. We're going to cap it. $500 a month. That's it. 2 kids, done. That's all you need. You barely, you know what? You're not getting child support to keep a roof over your head. You supply your own roof over your head, and then we'll talk about child support to support the children. But there should never be any support enforcement order ever in effect until we see parental equality in our courts. You know what? That's a very good idea, Mr. Pierce. I think that's a great idea, and I think we should force Congress to hear us. I don't know what it's going to take. Maybe one day 20,000 of us walk into the fucking halls of Congress and demand to be heard. Maybe that's what it's going to take. I don't know. Because I can't get a congressman to really listen. I just had a conversation with one. Not going to say who. But I can't get him to listen. You know, oh, no. All these fathers out there need to pay their fair share of the support. Because that's what it takes in this society, son. If the support that they're paying was fair, indeed, I agree. But there's a wealth of case law to go in on it, contend with, right? Not that easy. Actually, it is that easy. We just have to go and force it. They forced us. So we need to go in there and change it. And we need to do it with cohesion, collectively. Need to be a little bit nicer than I'm being right now. Again, I admit I'm a little bit miffed at the whole situation. I don't like what they've done to Mr. Jackson. Benjamin Winderweedle, or however you say it. That's a mouthful. I think that the whole system needs to be tanked. stripped to nothing, and if anything, rebuilt in a way that's actually that forwards the best interest of each child. And I want to see a definition for the best interest of the child. That's such an open-ended, oh, we do this in the best interest of the child. What is that? Somebody define that for me. The biggest propaganda on American child support and deadbeat. Yeah. Hang on, I just gotta. Okay. So. Hello, everybody. I'm sitting here talking about this Cash Jackson case right now. The guy served his country 20 years in the Navy. The guy's decorated. My understanding is that he went to law enforcement peacefully. I also understand that they thoroughly intended to lock him up. There was just no getting around it. They had their minds completely made up before he really even stepped in the courtroom. I also understand that there was lots of law enforcement security, pretty much at the doors, just waiting for this case. So it's not like we haven't made some noise. It's not like they didn't know this was coming. It's not like there was a surprise here. They were prepared and ready, and that tells you that the movement is doing something positive. That tells you that we are getting the message across. We are getting under their skin a little bit. Although they think that they're up here and they think that we're down here. And what they're going to find out is we're going to stomp these fuckers out. We're going to do it through positive legislation, but we're going to stomp these fuckers out. Title 4D under Trump, I predict that it will be overturned. It will be ratified and potentially even shut down. I predict that. I predict that once Pence, Trump, and Gowdy talk about the issue and say, oh my God, we've destroyed 30 million or 40 million American families in the last 20 years with this crap nonsense legislation that the Dems pushed through. Keep in mind, Hillary Clinton in 1996 framed the ratification of Title 4E and 4D. So, and Trump, he's going to unravel a lot of this garbage that the Dems have pushed through. And I think it's high time. The comment down here says, we should at least be doing something communicative altogether. A lot of people can't travel, no money to fight with either. But maybe we can all be heard together and figure, yes, I agree with that. That's what I'm doing right now. I don't have a lot of money to throw at this, but I have a voice, and I use my voice, and I help the underdog, and I push these cases through the courts, and I push these cases, into the proper direction. I'm not afraid to file paperwork or help somebody file paperwork to expunge a guardian ad litem, to expel a guardian ad litem. I'm not afraid to take those steps at all. I'll get down and dirty. Somebody calls me up and wants help. I've got a GoFundMe. I'm gonna try to help a vet out. It means all of you guys, but we'll talk about that in the next video. However, we're looking at this story right now with this wayward judge, this way out of line judge, his boss, Chief Justice Ortiz. Look, we need to get a hold of this Chief Justice Ortiz, and we need to tell him one of two things. You changed your view on how you do business, or we're going to unelect your ass. It's that simple. You like being an elected official today because you won't have a job tomorrow. I think I understand that there already is a recall petition in circulation right now. Those of you who live in Illinois, namely Lake County, you need to take a serious look at what your judge has done to you and to a positive member of your community. What I mean, positive member, that's not even right. A pillar in your community. This man is a pillar, a foundation in which other men can look at and build upon. But you took him down. Shame on you, Judge. I won't even give you the courtesy of calling you an honor, because you've dishonored yourself, and you've dishonored the law. You dishonored the courtroom, and you dishonored an American vet. The hell with you. You see my pins, asshole? Come get me. So sick of this shit. Tell you, that judge, If he's not recalled, America, if you don't recall that judge, I'm going to be sick to death. You guys got to get together. You got to have a serious... And I want also, not just recall that judge, but I want to see you guys take that judge to the fucking cleaners. I want to see the state of Illinois' version of the Judicial Review Board hang this POS out to dry and strip him of his bar. Absolutely. Thank you, Robert. I appreciate it. Anyway, so, you know what? I didn't want to get all hidey-tidy on this video, but I guess it's coming out, and I'm really sorry, man. I apologize, guys. I'm sick to death of this crap. I'm sorry, you know. But this judge here's got to go. Yesterday's judge, man, he's got to go. This is a new era. You know, this is the Trump administration today. And we're going to bring this. This is not going to be something that they're going to go, well, pay your child support and file a new motion in court and get representation, son, and you're going to be okay. Bullshit. Those days are over. Long and over with. Sick of it. And I'm telling you, anybody who tells you to get a lawyer, they ain't part of the solution. They're part of the problem. But anyways, I'm Steve Ball. You can follow me on Custody Wars. You can follow me on Restoring Families Radio. That's my message right now. I'm going to come back in a few minutes after I have a cold glass of water. And we're going to talk about our good friend over here, single father. He's a vet. He needs help. He's losing his place to live. We're going to talk about his story here in a minute. We're going to run a GoFundMe for him. He needs about $5,000. I know that sounds like a lot of money, but if everybody pitches in $1, we're going to save his home. He goes back to work in February, had thoracic surgery. Pay attention to the next video. Thank you guys for following me. You're all amazing.